In this video, we're going to be working with the simple interest rate formula, which is that our simple interest equals the principal times the annual interest rate written in decimal form times the length of time in years. So in this first example, we have that a bank offers 3 savings accounts. Our simple interest rate, and that's what tells us we're going to use our simple interest formula, is determined by the principal amount. So if the principal is less than $500, the rate that is used is 1.5%. But if the principal is between $500 and $5,000, then the rate is 2%. And if the principal amount is more than $5,000, the rate is 2.5%. So we want to know how long does it take an account with a principal of $800 to earn $100 in interest. So here we can see that our principal amount is the $800, and we want it to earn $100 in interest. So we need to know what we have and what we don't have. So let's find all of our pieces. So let's start with our I. So we know we want that initial interest that we find, that interest to be $100. We know that our principal amount is $800, but we're not sure about our rate. So let's go back up, $800. So $800 is going to fit inside of the $500 to $5,000 range. So we'll be using the interest rate of 2%. So remember, we want to take that 2.0%, and that needs to be converted to a decimal form. So we're going to move our decimal 2 times to the left and rewrite that in the form 0.02. And so that is the value we will use there. Now, as far as our time goes, that's what we don't know, because it says, how long does it take? So let's go ahead and let's plug that into our formula. So we have an I of 100. We have a P of 800. We have an R of 0.02. And we have a T of T. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 800 times 0.02 into our calculators, which gives us a value of 16. And then we have our T. So to finish solving this, let's move that up, we're going to go ahead and solve for T. So we're going to do that by dividing both sides by 16, because that will cancel out those 16s. Then we're going to plug into our calculator 100 divided by 16, and we're going to get 6.25 equals our T. So that tells us that it will take 6.25 years to earn $100 if you start with a principal of $800 using the interest rate 2%. Let's try another example. So in this example, let's say that you borrow $600 to buy a violin. So our simple interest rate is 14%. You pay off the loan after 5 years. How much do you pay for the loan? So here we see that we have an initial amount of $600 that we borrowed. The interest rate was 14%, and we paid it off after 5 years. So let's start by writing our percent as a decimal, because we'll need it in decimal form. So move our decimal 2 times to the left, and that's going to give us a decimal form of 0.14. So let's go ahead and let's fill in our values. So we don't know the interest that we're going to have to incur, but we do know that our principal amount was $600. We also know that we're borrowing at a rate of 0.14. and then we paid the loan off after 5 years. So let's go ahead and let's plug those values in so that we can figure out how much we have to pay in interest. So if we plug 600 times 0.14 times 5 into our calculator, we come up with an interest value of $420. Now that's just what you're paying in the interest payments. So how much do you pay for the loan? Well, you have to pay the loan back too. So you're going to have to pay back the original loan plus any interest incurred. So remember that the initial loan was for $600, and we're going to be paying $420 in interest, which means that we're going to be paying $1,020 for this loan of $600. So what that means is that you are paying whatever company you got the loan from $420 to let them give you $600 to use. Then you have to pay back that $600 plus $420 of interest. So your total loan is actually $1,020 is what you're going to be paying that bank or that company.